Hey, welcome Wanderers to a program in which I want to use it to congratulate first off the Warhammer YouTube 2016 winners that we did last week, and to give you a chance to get some exposure to you YouTube watchers that are hobby interested, and maybe get it on your subscriber list if it's not there already. But maybe first off, for those that are coming to this that are not familiar with, first off, what I'm talking about is we as a Google Plus community have a channel, or rather a page on there, a group that is called the Warhammer YouTubers. As a subset to that, there's also what's called the PMP, Painters Motivating Painters League, in which the hobbyists get to express themselves, and we use that as a community to bounce ideas off one another and propagate that success. Similarly, within the Warhammer YouTubers community, the whole idea of that primarily is to help exposure base use each other to sound ideas off of, to improve channel content, etc., etc. So we did an awards show back a week ago where we announced all the winners after having nominations and voting go throughout December. And that is what I want to go through with you here today. We had 10 different categories. I'm going to run those down. And then I'm also going to share down below the links to all these things so that you can see what it is that that they're showing off, and you'll be able to peruse that later at your leisure. So let's going to go to screen share now then and get this jacking on here. And we are going to start with looking at some stuff by Mickey Jenver. So this category here was the best painted model, and this went through the PMP League. So I think that you'll agree with me that at first glance, this looks like a pretty epic creation. And we'll scan through a couple photos here, and you can see the intense work of layering, blending, attention to added detail, and extra effort that has gone in through making this creation. As we scan through here, I also want to add that Mickey is a real great proponent of the PMP League. She, as far as YouTube content goes, she's only got a couple of videos that are going on, but certainly worth subscribing to her in YouTube, as I think she has intention of doing some at least showcase videos, which she has a couple of already. But if we can convince her to do some tutorial kind of stuff, then obviously we will all benefit from her great work. We had another related category that I'm going to switch to now, and this was for the best conversions. These ones, and our award winner was a fellow named Stu Gibson. Stu also is a longtime member of this PMP League. I don't think that he does any YouTube video stuff. Stu, correct me if I'm wrong, of course. But here what we want to display is the subtlety of conversion of all the pockmarks that he's done on his weapons of these orcs and nurgleize them, you know, even making this guy look like, or rather this guy being the effigy of the big boss that he's hanging out with. But digging out and rotting out those weapons in the steel is actually a really subtle, cool effort that you don't necessarily think of as a massive conversion. And it's not a massive thing of bits and pieces, but working with the plastic and digging that all out and the subtlety of it is really good. Of course, he brings it all home by doing his paint job on this thing, on these, and the texturing. Look at these things he's added here, like a bloated leg, horn coming out of the head, cool things like that go through there. So well done, Stu, and congrats on your award as well. So now let's switch gears and talk about the video content stuff. Starting with our last year's best overall winner. This is the channel of Doom and Darkness, and I've just got it up on his video page right here. Scanning through, we can see, and I hope this shows up on your screen full size at the very least, so you can see that he certainly does Age of Sigmar battle reports and Ninth Age battle reports. Series that is rather entertaining because his delivery is really good of this shit and talk kind of stuff. He does other commentary and analysis, and quite honestly, there is no YouTuber out there that has the amazing eyebrows that that this guy does. I mean, look at that. Look at that. How can you say no to that expressive eyebrow action? Congratulations on Doom and Darkness for being our winner of the best AOS content, Age of Sigmar content throughout 2016. Really good show. Okay. Next, going to switch gears to another very boisterous fellow. This is the channel of Mr. Lord Tremendous, who does all kinds of battle reports, as we know. He also does lots of analysis and content for the Ninth Age, and you're going to see their logo flash up here. He is a content team member for the Ninth Age, so unsurprisingly, the award that he came to be the winner of was the one for Best Ninth Age Content. So congrats to Lord Tremendous for his efforts there, and his ongoing efforts, too, with the Ninth Age project as an overall. Next, we're going to switch to, this was the winner of our most consistent, which is wonderful because Chaihammer was actually the winner of most consistent last year. So 2 in a row means we were right. He certainly is. He certainly is most consistent. The thing that we're going to get out of him is loads of battle reports for Ninth Age. And I'm going to be silent here for a second while he loads his first video. And so you can be prepared for the volume here.
What's going on, YouTube? It's James Schreiber, Fantasy Battle Reports, and I know you guys missed me. I missed me. Anyways, I'm here to give you another battle report, and it's finally my first game.
So that's the kind of boisterous enthusiasm you get out of James, of Chaihammer, and obviously he gets your attention, and he's consistent at it. So a wonderful contributor to this community. Now we're going to switch gears, and we're going to talk about the winner of our Best New Series category. This was the Orange Road. He's a fellow from the Netherlands that is also deeply involved in the Ninth Age movement. And I brought up his page here of his playlists so we can sort of look at the variety of things. So Best New Series that he did, admittedly, I wonder where the voting came from because it wasn't any one single series, but he did so many things. Like looking back here, he has a whole 24 videos on his ETC experience from 2016. He runs over some topic of the weeks and does army book reviews. So all these things you can treat as a series of their own, but the collection of so many of them, even reviews of product that he does battle reports as well. But through here, you can see the different categorization that he does, pretty much all exclusively Ninth Age business. But he banged all this out in little more than 6 months. So he's a young channel. He's new at a lot of these things, but his content is deep and it's rich, and he's certainly well deserving of that Best New Series. Pick one, whatever one of these categories you pick. Is certainly good quality things. Up, we're going to switch to Andy 2D6, who is famous of doing the Andy and Rem show every Tuesday. He's also done lots of 2D6 Fridays over the last half of the year. What he was the winner of is the Best Battle Reports. Now, Andy's been around for a little bit, so he has a very rich set of playlists here. But let's focus in on some things that are what was the winners for him. So this Porkening Saga was a series of reports that he did with Dreddy. This, of course, is labeled as Age of Sigmar. He does Kings of War battle reports. He does Dead Zone. He does Warhammer 40,000 battle reports. I'm sure that he did some things about Warpath as well. Oh, we see some relics and bolt action. You know, like he's doing battle reports for all sorts of different games. So the voting for him, I'm sure, came from all of the fans of those different games. So well done for Andy for his breadth and quality of all those things that he's doing in there. Okay. Segueing into more breadth of quality. Breadth and quality. This is Tabletop Minions. And this is largely Adam who does this kind of thing. Maybe I'll just roll his video here a little bit, and you'll get an idea of his intro.
Hi, I'm Adam, and this is Tabletop Minions, a YouTube channel about tabletop wargaming. You're seeing this video because you're not a subscriber yet, and this is a little trailer to show you a little bit about what it is that Tabletop Minions is all about, the types of videos that you can see when you come here and when you subscribe. The types of videos you'll see here will be things like tutorials, opinion pieces, help with keeping you motivated with your painting and with your hobbying, and hopefully some footage from big events like Adepticon and Gen Con. I hope you come back. I hope you subscribe and keep working.
There you go. So you get the idea of that. Now, furthermore, the things that have been very useful for me, and the reason why this is a winner of the best hobby advice category, is he has a whole series of pro tips, Uncle Adam's pro tips. Really wonderful stuff in there. And furthermore to that, he has another series here that he teams up with a fantastic painter named Sam Lenz to do painting with the pro. There's Sam right there. Delightful stuff, and I have learned many things from it, and I'm sure that you will as well. Okay, now to the last category. This face that's popping up on the screen should be of no great mystery to many of you. This is the mighty Once Bitten 360. He was our winner this year for the best thought-provoking content. He has done some philosophical ramblings, and this particular one about the time and attention that I have running right here as I talk is the one for me that that brings home most insightful and a very deep way to look at your hobby as it relates to life. And that's what OB does better than most, and that is he relates his pastime to greater life as a whole. Not just through this one single video, but he's got a couple other ones where he always touches on that. So he has been at it for a long time, most famous for doing battle reports with his dulcet tone voice, but he certainly has a whole lot more to teach us than just how to push Knights of Ekatane or Beastman at one another. So I give it up to him. Furthermore, our last category at the award show for last week was a best overall. And this was a collection of people had, and it might have been across several of our different categories, right? And certainly it bears mentioning maybe at this point that obviously beyond the winners, there was lots of other nominees, and there were certainly people that were nominated in different categories. I mean, you look back upon the ones that we just looked at, and you can see that out of the playlists and content that those produced are multifaceted. So they could appear in many categories, and OB is no stranger to that either. So his collective votes throughout all of the categories in general is what won him that one. So that was what got him best overall. Stop the screen sharing business here now. Come back on me. I want to say to those that are watching this, for all of our winners, I've informed them, but we created certificates of authenticity to commemorate their award, and those have been sent out to all the winners, so they can frame them or posterize them, or you know, make a pipe out of it, or whatever they want to do. But we certainly wanted to do one small part at the very least to put that into their hands. But more rewarding than that, what I hope this does for them is it draws more attention to their channel. And that's a two-way street, because not only does it, I hope to bring more subscribers to them by doing this exposure and doing this video, but I also hope to augment the rest of the hobby universe that goes on out there to pay more attention to the great offerings that these YouTube producers have. So from here, once this video ends in a couple seconds, take a look down. I'm going to have all of the links to the channels of which we're winners here. And please do at least watch one of their videos to see if it catches your interest and see if it's in your wheelhouse. Okay. Hopefully you'll become a subscriber, and you yourself will be augmented as a hobbyist because of it. Okay. So I'm going to end it there. Thanks all for watching. We're another year away from another YouTube Awards. Maybe this will get you on the screen so that you can compete for one of those things as well and augment our universe.